In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my top skincare products from 2019. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here though, my name is Hannah and I upload beauty videos every Monday and Friday. Feel free to stick around and subscribe. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it personally. It really helps out my channel. The first skincare item that was a standout item in 2019, I've spoken about several times, is the Clarisonic Mia. I've had this for almost 2 years, so they have an updated version that I will link for you in the description box down below, but this is still, like the same general concept. They have just since updated it, but I do still love this product a lot, so I don't, feel the need to get the latest version, but I really love that, and I use it pretty much twice a day whenever I cleanse my skin morning and night, because especially at the nighttime, since I wear makeup more often than I don't wear makeup, it does a really good job at removing my makeup, and my skin just feels really clean. So I highly recommend that. If you haven't checked it out, I just wanted to highly suggest that to you guys once again. An item that goes hand in hand with the Clarisonic Mia is the specific brush head that I want to mention, because you have to change. They recommend changing out the brush head every 3 months, which is what I do, and it's not a super exciting thing to buy, because unfortunately they're not really inexpensive, but sometimes they do go on sale. So I definitely recommend picking up your brush heads then, because full price, the brush heads range from about $29 to $32 on average. But obviously if you buy a 2-pack like what I did here, you do usually save a little bit of money, and then sometimes they go on sale. Or if they're not on sale, I recommend using them whenever you have your 20% off coupon that includes prestige items, because Clarisonic is a prestige item. So this is the Daily Radiance brush head that I will be changing out at the beginning of the year, because that will be the 3-month mark from the other Radiance brush head that I've been using. And I do really like this brush head. I think it's nice and gentle. Like I mentioned, I use it about twice a day, and I don't notice, like irritation with my skin or anything like that. So my highly recommended product, I can't recommend it enough, is the Clarisonic Mia. I just really recommend it to you guys if you have not tried it out yet. Before I go on to the next product, if you're finding value from this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out. The next thing that I want to mention is this moisturizer that I've used for a very long time. As you can see, I've used about, I'd say 2/3 of this, and this is actually my second bottle. Another reason why I love this is because it lasts a really long time. This is the moisturizer that I use at night because it doesn't have an SPF in it. I recommend, obviously using an SPF during the daytime to protect your face. I really like this because, for example, on the bottle, it claims that it's ultra light moisturizer. And I would say that's a very accurate representation. It is very light. I have oily skin, and I don't think it's it doesn't feel like it's clogging my pores or anything like that, but it does still moisturize my skin. And as I mentioned, it does last a really long time. Philosophy is another one of those high-end products that I would recommend. And if you have a prestige brand coupon for 20% off from Ulta, I recommend picking that up then. The next thing that I want to mention that was a really, going along with the Philosophy brand, the cleanser that I want to mention, that was probably the standout product for the year, was the Purity Cleanser. It's kind of in the same line as this. This is just a little travel size bottle that I have, because it's not the current cleanser that I'm using right now. I'm actually using a couple different cleansers, but this was the one that I used the most. I think I've used, maybe 3 of the larger containers over a long period of time, even back in 2018 as well, because once again, that cleanser does last a very long time as well, and same as the moisturizer, it's very light, gentle, and I would really recommend it for that purposes as well. If you're looking for a gentle cleanser, I'd really recommend that. As I mentioned, it's not the current one that I'm using, but I feel like it's the one that I've used the longest, so that's why I wanted to recommend that to you guys. The next thing that has been a standout product in general is sheet masks. I've really gotten into sheet masks in 2019. This is, just an example. I actually haven't used this sheet mask yet, but I'm excited to use it. Wait, I got 2 Thanksgiving Day, and I think I have used one of these. So this is the second one. So that's just an example of a sheet mask, and I do really like that one. Obviously, a standout sheet mask that I don't have to show you right now, but one that I really love is the Glam Glow Bubble Sheet Mask. My skin seriously feels so clean after using that, and it also, I think it has charcoal in it as well, but it's an oxygenating bubble sheet mask, so it's really interesting. It is one of those that you have to wash off afterwards, but I make an exception. Usually I don't like too much, you know, the ones that you have to wash off afterwards, but I make an exception for that one because seriously my skin feels so clean afterwards. But for example, this one, another reason why I really like it is because you don't have to wash it off afterwards. You just kind of let the essence sink into your skin, and I think using sheet masks has really been a game changer for my skin. And of course, whenever I'm making this video, I have a breakout. Actually, I have a couple breakouts. I still get a couple breakouts here and there, but in general, my skin has really improved in 2019. I feel like I've taken a lot more care of it, and just in general, it's finally cleared up a lot. Another standout product is this Bright Citrus Serum. I finally started using a vitamin C serum in 2019, and I really think that that has helped out my skin a lot as well. I usually use this once a day, and it's just really been a game changer. I think that it has done a great job at lightening my discoloration and kind of evening out my skin. I mean, I still do have, I feel like, faint discoloration, but it has greatly improved from what it used to be. So I would also really recommend a vitamin C serum or a Bright Citrus Serum. I will of course link that specific one in the description box down below because it's also fairly affordable. The next thing I really love for drying out whenever I have zits is this Ofra drying lotion. It does last a long time. I find that this one lasts longer than my Mario Badescu one, but it's pretty much the same concept. But I like this because it has a dropper application, whereas the Mario Badescu one, you have to stick a Q-tip in it. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I just wanted to kind of point that out. And I think the Ofra one is a little bit more affordable. The only thing about the Ofra drying lotion is it is an online only product with Ulta, I'm fairly certain. But you know, if you have like a free shipping coupon or something like that, just trying to save you money on paying for shipping, because if you're like me, you really don't like paying for shipping. You do get the occasional breakout. It does usually do a pretty good job at drying out the zit. The next thing that I want to mention is a standout exfoliator. That's the word I'm looking for. This is the Elemis Papaya Enzyme Peel. Unfortunately, I'm almost out of this, and I know it has the word peel in the title, but it's not one of those peel off masks. It's a pretty gentle exfoliator, honestly, and I love the scent of it. I got that in a FabFitFun, I believe, one of the FabFitFuns in 2018, so obviously it has lasted me a very long time. I really love that exfoliator, so I obviously wanted to make sure to recommend that to you guys. The next thing that I want to recommend and kind of standout products in 2019 are the pore strips for your nose. I feel like I don't use those as much as I should, but of course, since I knew I was filming this video today, I used one last night. The one that I have used the most often is from the Bigore brand, but right now I have the pore strips from the brand Formula 10.0.6 or 1006, however you pronounce that brand. But it's also very satisfying whenever you remove a pore strip to see like the gunk that you got out of your nose. I mean, it's like gross, but also really satisfying. I don't know if you're like that as well, but I find it usually pretty satisfying. The next product, unfortunately, I don't have to show you because I have used it up entirely, and that is the Hava Dead Sea Mask. I don't have this specific name, but of course I'll have it linked for you guys. But I love this product because I think that it really did a good job at regulating my skin and keeping it clear in general. And I love it so much that one, I used it up entirely, because especially since having FabFitFun, I have kind of started collecting skincare products a little bit more. Like I don't have a huge stash or anything like that, but I do have, you know, more than I used to. So I have to really love a product to use it up entirely, and I have to really love a product to use it up entirely and want to repurchase it or want it again in the future. So obviously, you know, I do want to get that again in the future at some point. Whenever I had that mask, I would say I used it about 2 times a week on average, and I really love it. I highly recommend it to you guys. If you liked this highlights of skincare from 2019, I think you'll really like this video right here that I have linked for you guys. It is how I cleared up my skin, and I go more in depth on products and also mention some products that I didn't mention in my 2019 highlights. Thanks again for watching. Once again, feel free to stick around and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.